Tunes. Tunes.
And bros.
And brews.
We're dudes.
We're dudes.
Listen to tunes.
Listen to tunes.
Drinking some brews.
Drinking some brews.
We're dudes.
We're dudes.
Listening to tunes.
Listening to tunes.
And drinking some brews.
And drinking some brews.
Oh shit! Hey, is this thing, we going?
Yep.
Oh, hey everybody.
He's live.
Oh shit, it's been a long time since we've been hanging out here in the studio. I'm Josh Froman.
Carlos Santana.
And what are we doing here?
You tell me.
It looks like we're hanging out with a couple other dudes here. We got Matt, Biscuit King Wheeler, and then we have Jay, Star Wars guy, freaking Grider. Let's see him right there. Hey guys.
Oh, hell the Empire.
Hey.
What's up, Feeble?
Hey guys, how'd you guys end up in Studio A? Did you take the Millennium Falcon?
No. We took the Dune Sea by Speeder,
Oh shoot, man.
and that's how we got here.
All right, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And what about you, Wheels?
He drank and navigated.
You came here in a wheelchair? That was kind of insensitive, dude.
You know, there's only room for... I couldn't ride on the back of the speeder. You know, that's not cool. So
Right.
I rode sidecar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back
yeah.
car.
Yeah, sidecar speeder.
Sidecar speeder, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Did you see
Politically incorrect Speeder.
that? Did you see that on the Mandalorian? He kind of had like a sidecar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was kind of a neat
Cal
concept.
Bant, yeah. It was like it looked like a one from Phantom Menace.
Okay.
One of
You
those
think
guys.
that's just like
I
a
think it's
leftover?
pod
shut off, man. He salvaged it and was like stuck his little sidecar on the side.
Like one of the pod racers.
Yeah, the pod racers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll tell you somebody who loves Star Wars. My pal here, Carlos Santana. He's a huge fan of Star Wars.
I love Star Wars as much as I love Ham's beer.
Oh, damn, that much?
Oh,
That's kind of crazy.
that's love.
No, that's sarcasm.
How many, have you seen all the Star Wars films?
I've seen all the ones I need to see.
Okay, so you've seen Empire Strikes Back and Episode 3.
I've seen the original trilogy and the first two of the additional ones.
You didn't see the third one?
No.
You could have just skipped the first two and seen that one.
Nah, Star Wars to me is kind of like I liked Star Wars when I was a kid, but as I got older, I think it was because I thought I was supposed to like Star Wars.
Okay. That's how I feel about G.I. Joe. I didn't really give a crap, but then you'd show up, and then sometimes it's the only toys they had.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll be Cobra. But really, I didn't give a shit. I didn't really want to play with toys like that. Or the wrestling action figures. Did you ever play the where they'd have the ring and you could just like throw them at each
We
other?
never had the ring.
You never had the ring? Did you have to make your own ring with like a pizza box?
Who was the stretchy guy?
Played
Stretch
Bud
McGee or whatever.
Stretch
it was.
Armstrong?
Stretch Armstrong.
I had one. I think I had one of
dude.
those when I was a kid.
Yeah, Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
Did you ever have the Stretch Armstrong villain? It was like the big wasn't he like a red dude?
You're thinking of the VAC things. They made the VAC ones that were like supposed to be the villains, I guess, or some kind of alien shit. It was kind of the same idea but different technology.
Oh shit! They were like these suck guys.
It had phloem inside, and you had a vacuum you stuck in his head like a bike pump almost. And you pump the air out. And instead of him being all loosey-goosey, he was real rigid, and you could still bend him and shit.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Could you stretch him pretty good?
No.
That's
You could bend him.
he's bendy.
You sucked the air out of him. He was like a vacuum sealed bag.
Filled with phloem, dude.
Basically, I had one.
Vacuum
shit.
sealed
Oh my
bag.
God.
It was a shitty toy.
So what did the sucking? Was it like a squeezy tubey dealio?
It
Or?
was like a bicycle pump
Okay, all
stuck
right.
in his head, and you just sucked the air out.
That's crazy, dude. No, I never had that, but I don't know. There's so many badass toys they made in the
That
90s.
was not a badass toy. It was a shitty toy.
Was that a shitty toy?
Yeah, I think I ended up stabbing it.
What about Street Sharks? Anybody get into Street Sharks?
No.
I remember.
I considered He-Man shitty toys.
Those,
That was shit my older brother had.
would we consider those like shittily made?
Shittily made, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
He-Man was awesome.
I feel like they were.
Now the
like,
play sets were great, but the characters were
The characters were terrible.
Yeah,
It was
well,
like, what's
every character was like the same build. It was still that same.
Same.
right, yeah. There's like a mold.
We
that,
don't
like,
need to
Yeah.
change the mold.
Oh,
We just
shit.
changed the head. Oh no, it's all ruined.
Keep going.
coming this way.
Keep going.
Sorry, Brenda's back for French Lick, and
Keep going. Keep going.
French Lick. You know, they're, I don't know if it's still open. There used to be a place called
had
French
this.
Liquors.
French liquors?
Yeah.
That's pretty
What
genius.
actually happened?
I don't even know.
I think it needs to be turned.
You last like, yeah, I've been there.
I hit it with my toe.
Brenda came back for French Lick, and she had a lot of wine today, so she's kind of stumbling around. So shame on you, Brenda. Without further ado, I found this rock outside. I think it's a flint rock. You guys know anything about flint rock? I think it's either a flint rock or somebody got like a rust on this piece of concrete. Talk amongst yourselves and see what you think.
Well, do you have like a piece of like high carbon steel, like a knife blade, or?
I believe this was charred by lightsaber.
Charred by lightsaber.
Are you freaking kidding me, dude? Are you freaking?
I believe that was charred by lightsaber.
Like how big though? Is that like toothpick sized? Are we talking like the
Toothpick size.
yeah toothpick sized lightsaber?
What kind of toothpick
I
does
believe
this
that
look
was
like?
a rock that was tossed up and hit with a lightsaber.
I'm thinking a
And that's
toothpick
just your,
sized lightsaber would probably be more practical in so many ways. Like you could get rid of moles.
You could toast small pieces of bread.
Even regulars, yeah, for real.
You
Small pieces of bread.
could probably light it up and put it in like a cup and like heat up water.
Probably, yeah.
Make ramen noodles.
Yeah, like quicker.
Ramen, man.
So we just
Jedi
assuming that a
ramen
lightsaber
noodles.
is just a really hot thing.
Probably.
That's it. Just heat, energy.
Energy,
Yes.
yeah. Energy.
And all of a sudden the fucking bubbles are rising. You got bubbles right the fuck now. Instant boiled water. What
You
the fuck
know-
would you do with that, dude?
After Order 66, the Jedi's went to hiding and had to do something for a living. So they
Order
probably
66.
Probably became cooks.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you had to do 66
Nobody ever
orders
went to
in a
the back of
day.
the
You hide your lightsaber in your stove. You just click it up. Bam, the little piece of it pops up. It cooks your food.
Right, some Imperial guy goes by like, oh, dude, that's a potato masher. Or
Okay.
whatever the Star Wars
Yeah.
equivalent of potatoes is.
What if you just kind of like being careless with your lightsaber and you're just bashing potatoes with the hilt? Is it called a hilt?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Is that what you call it? And you're just hilting it, and then freaking
You got a bunch of fucking
you
fried
hit that-
potatoes.
You actually like hit the switch, and then you fucking like lightsaber your fucking face, dude. What happens then?
Well, that's the new special.
It's usually death.
Yeah.
If
Instant
it
death.
goes through your face, yes, it's
Instant
death.
death. Okay.
Usually, if anything goes through your face, it's instant death.
Yeah.
It's true.
So you guys are
Like
doing it.
somebody's
You're
fart.
doing it with the pommel down. I was thinking doing the end down. I'm like, well, that way if it went off,
I think
Oh,
he's,
yeah.
trying,
down.
he's trying to smash the taters
I'm gonna
and
hit
fry
with the
them at
blunt
the
end.
same time.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a multi-step.
But see, if you stab them, you're just going to burn the taters.
Ronco doesn't have that.
All right.
do
Well,
that.
you know what, Matt Biscuit King Wheeler.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this for a minute. Could you make biscuits with a lightsaber? 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds? In 30 seconds, no, because you got to like mix it and stuff first, man. You know, you got to put the flour and the buttermilk and the butter and the fat.
We're just assuming that all that's done. It's already been set.
So you're
around.
you got to cut
The
out
cook time. Cook time.
Cook time.
What's cook time with a lightsaber? How would you do it? Would you go underneath the pan real quick?
That's
and
what
just,
I would do. Under
kinda
and
like tack
over and
roll?
like a circular motion, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, would you
You
cut-
got to get the convection going, you know.
Oh, that's a good point too. Yeah, how could you harness the heat of a lightsaber in a convection situation?
Well, if you already had an oven, you could probably cut the lightsaber in the oven and the heat around it. But then you got to think about like
If you already had an oven, though, you could just make them in the oven.
true.
Oh yeah, good
Well,
point.
the oven got
It
hit
could
by
be
a blaster.
the heating element, I guess.
Yeah.
But that would be kind of ridiculous. Because then you'd be turning your oven up to like 1 billion degrees, and what would really be the point?
I guess the real question is how much radiant heat does a lightsaber?
I
have?
think that's the main question that we're coming to right now. Yeah, if we're to talk about anything, could you
Of
drop it in
course.
some water and all of a sudden like power
You
a
must
nuclear
use
power
the
plant?
Force.
Yeah, is it like
The force
plutonium?
that contain
In
it.
conjunction with your lightsaber.
Is it more like
If
plutonium?
you want to make fried potatoes.
Fried potatoes? That's what I'm talking about. If you make fried potatoes with a lightsaber, I'm thinking that toothpick-sized one is the one we're going to need.
You know, it could
Think
be,
about it, man. If a lightsaber is going to cauterize a wound as soon as you hack it,
you could
you
scrape-
got instant fucking sausage wedges.
yeah.
Cauterizer? I
Cauterized.
hardly know her. And with that, I gotta say,
You could cut your
this-
steak and cook it at the same time.
this conversation's
Yes.
making me a little thirsty. What about you guys? I see you've got some
Yeah.
Voodoo
Yeah,
Ranger.
Yeah, we got
Yes.
Voodoo Ranger. Do we need a Voodoo product placement?
Matt here was
no, just talking about it.
lovely enough to give me one of his Imperial IPAs.
Well, I'm glad to see you guys love
Coincidence.
those.
Yeah, it's complete coincidence
Complete
because I'm
coincidence.
not into Star Wars at all.
Yeah. I didn't think about it.
Well, my pal Harlow Santana would reach into that cooler beside him here. I actually have a variant of that I don't know if you've tried or if you'd like to try. We have the Voodoo. Thank you very much, sir. The Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA. Have you tried this?
Ranger.
You know, if I did, I was drunk. I
like
forgot.
New Republic.
Okay,
Ranger.
well, we would like
Yeah.
for you to have this brew here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and
Pass it down. Yeah.
yeah, there you
Thank
go.
you, sir.
There you go. And we're gonna all stare at you intently while you crack that brew.
Crack a cold one, bud.
Yeah, go ahead.
You
Come
know,
on.
do you guys ever watch?
I cracked a cold one once.
You
at a
ever watch
bar.
Homestar Runner?
Love it.
The colditude is directly proportional to the oneitude. You know what I mean? Crack.
Yeah! All right. What do you think? What do you think?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah!
It's smooth,
Good
You
boy.
know the. I guess the juicy would be like a fruit.
Yeah, I'm not sure which juice
Yeah.
it is. It's kind of
It's general juice.
Yeah,
It's
general
a little-
juice. What if they could?
it's all the extra
General
cold.
juice.
They just brew it in extra
We
cold.
just get some juice.
But it really cuts out the bitterness of the IPAs.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean?
We've talked before on the show that the 1985 version of that. It's like what a pineapple mango. Yeah, and it's
Definitely pineapples.
pineapple heavy, and it's pretty dang good.
Pineapple's always good in everything, man.
It's true.
You
Yep.
think it's the only fruit they put in fried rice and pizza?
Wait, you never put
Yeah.
raisins in your fried rice?
No, but I'll try it, dude.
Oh.
Raisins.
Yeah, some raisins. Fuck it, dude. To put raisins in anything, right? I was just talking today, like if you get, we've got a bunch of raisins
He
inside
looks
the
like
white
he
bread.
strongly disagrees.
We got a bunch of white bread and raisins inside. I was just telling the kids earlier, they're like, we're hungry. I said, just push some of those raisins in the bread and just put a little cinnamon on them.
Yeah,
It
dude.
just
Same
sucks.
thing.
No.
Same thing.
Yeah, no,
Don't
I-
let Wonder fucking take your money.
Yeah, no way, dude. So what is it?
I guess they did go
Sun
through a
made.
bankruptcy. Maybe they do need your money.
These were made in the sun.
Yeah.
I bet no someone's involved, dude. None whatsoever.
I bet. I highly doubt. I think it's all false advertisements. We need to expose the raisin lies.
Yeah.
Raisin Gate 2021.
Raisin Gate.
Are you guys raisin fans? Are you a raisin guy?
I like raisins. Do I love raisins? No.
They're just kind of there in case you need them.
They're definitely there.
They're always there, aren't they? Yeah, that's one good thing about
Everybody's
raisins.
gonna need fucking dried out grapes, man.
I just
Yeah.
threw away a bunch of dried up cherries, but they're like 3 years old.
The real bummer is that you think like they're dried grapes, right? Wine's aged, raisins are aged. So you think you can make wine from raisins, right?
Why can't you get drunk on raisins?
You totally can use raisins in wine, dude.
Can you?
Yeah, you did use them for I made a pumpkin wine and we called for a bunch of golden raisins.
I can make apocalypse wine. Just save
Yeah.
all my.
Just anything that's got sugar in it, you can just be drinking booze in a couple months, like a month or so.
Right on.
Yeah.
I gotta let the guys in the prison know about that, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send
Yeah.
a quick memo.
Yeah. Hoochie
Anybody got a
Howie.
Make
fax?
some hooch.
We need a
Yeah.
fax. We got a
Well,
fax.
Prison hooch with raisins.
Speaking of making hooch, I saw you eyeing this earlier.
Oh.
This Happy Chef mashed sweet
Yeah.
potatoes.
Oh, they're mashed sweet potatoes.
The fella that brought me these, Papa Dude, is in the audience tonight. Hey, everybody.
How
yeah.
old is that?
Hey,
kid?
I
Jesse.
don't know, but isn't that graphic great?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably one of the
Reminds
most.
me of Ratatouille.
First off, racist, super racist.
Ratatouille.
As a guy that was a chef, like, and an Italian American.
How
You
is-
know,
no,
why can't
no,
you
no,
get both?
I'm gonna differ with you on this. Why do you think it's Italian?
Because of the dark hair and mustache, man.
There's
Italians have red mustaches.
It could
though.
be French.
Could be French.
So you're just making assumptions on it.
I'm assuming that it's just racist.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
your assumptions about it are racist too.
Well,
If you
you
want to
think
bring
it
it
should.
up.
yes, yes,
True.
yep. And
I mean,
He could be Greek.
I
He
told
could
you.
be. Yeah, he could be Greek.
Yeah, but he's not serving
Right on the
breakfast.
shelf.
Well, how is that? That's racist too.
They like to serve breakfast. They always have yogurt.
You know, I would have to say Lincoln Square Pancake House. Awesome.
Yeah, but is that run by?
Yeah, I think they're all.
There was
They're
an
all
old lady in
Olympics.
my cafeteria
Yeah.
at school that wore a hat like that. Could be cafeteriast?
Oh shoot, dude. Oh, dude. That's a good point. Part of the breakfast party. Well, we would actually like for you to have this, Matt, but I cannot say that it's from DTB because it expired 6/24/19.
I think we should eat
This
it.
is great.
We should crack that bad boy open and try
What are we
it.
gonna do? Put it on a saltine cracker or something?
Let's
That's the
test
Just let
our
Matt eat it.
colons.
That's a fucking episode.
That's the full episode.
Just let Matt eat it.
We pop this open and we're gonna experiment with our prostates.
Hey,
Oh
Eat
god.
it and then sit
look,
down and
hey.
sit down.
Jesse,
tomorrow
your
morning we're gonna do a
prostate's got to be
follow-up
going, so
live.
you got to try some of this.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. He's gotta watch out for his diabetes. Though.
2019. Dude, look, that kind. Hey, man. Canned food lasts a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not bulged. It's
That's not that bad.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's gonna be good though.
yeah, it's probably gonna taste terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel
They'd say
about
that
mashed
would
sweet
probably be-
potatoes in a can.
Try,
but-
try living
mean,
on some
sweet
MREs that have
potatoes.
been expired, man.
Expiration dates
that's
on
They're
some
not-
cans
they're not
are
good.
always a suggestion.
Get
So you get a
stuck in
small
the
can of
desert.
beefaroni and it says it expires.
Oh, you got
You
expired
still got like
MRE.
6 months to go. So this is like 20 cans of beefaroni. So this won't expire until like 2026.
I believe it. Yeah, that's good math.
Oh, dude, I think it's gonna go a lot
Do
longer
you just
than
use
that.
beefaroni math on the air?
Pepperoni, man. Man knows his canned pasta dishes, man.
It's not
Yeah.
pasta. It's potatoes.
Yeah, pasta's another thing. Because, I mean, I feel like pasta hits another threshold. Because at what point does it start to break down and get mushier?
This guy kind of just looks like Jackie Gleason.
Jackie Gleason is Chef
Hey,
Laird.
we cannot be a Gleasonist.
We can be whatever we want. And I think with this, you can make a pretty good sweet potato pie.
He's like,
Sweet
he's
potato pie,
sitting
sweet
here
potato
like,
casserole. You
happy
can make-
chef, you sons of bitches.
Hey, you
Hey, it's real good. Like, hey.
Yeah, I assume he's Italian, too.
You know what else you can make? You know what else you can make with this? A heavy trash bag.
Yeah,
Good point.
definitely, because that's where I'd probably put that thing.
It's
Yeah.
great for compost.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's good. Or you could shoot it with a shotgun.
I'm down for that.
Right there.
Dude.
Right there.
Yeah, it's probably got a good plot.
I'll be right back.
Too bad you got a housing addition behind you.
Oh, no, we got to take this to the places where we can do such things.
I don't think anybody's gonna listen.
Smith Valley.
Hey, man, can I just borrow the backyard long? Yeah, I'll take it back to my
Better
hometown.
watch it.
Smith Valley.
I'll pick it all up.
Yeah, Smith Valley. Well, a commemorative, right on the spot of the beer bottle.
Oh, dude, okay.
I know a place we could take and shoot it. Yeah, we can get this. We can make that happen.
All right, cool, because I don't want to waste it.
Because we need to see
If we
how.
shoot it, we're gonna waste it.
Yeah, it's getting wasted, all right.
How we're gonna shoot
Jump
it?
off a 10-story building.
Yeah.
No, that seems more dangerous, actually.
Well,
You know, it'd probably make a bigger hole. It'd make a big hole in the ground. And I don't think it would pop open.
You probably wouldn't
Yeah, it still wouldn't open up.
don't
It's one of those indestructible things.
I think
If
it
you,
would. I
if
think
you
it
haven't
would just-
noticed about this can here, he's giving you that finger circle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Is that
Oh
good?
fuck!
Is this like
Oh
a...
fuck!
He's
Like
playing
some
the
sort of
finger
conspiracy
circle.
theory.
Flip them upside down.
Probably
Flip
open
them
it up,
upside
turn it
down.
upside down, and it's just like cranberry sauce, all one big lump.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Can shape.
And then you just put
It's like it's having its period.
Oh. So is that the effect that was sucking those dolls together? Was it like the effect of like cream of broth soup coming out?
cream of
Cream
whatever
of rot.
something.
Cream of rot.
Cream of rot soup.
Cream of whatever you
Cream,
found.
cream of rat.
It's got that mucous membrane. So anyway, so we're here with Jay Star Wars Grider. What do you got for us tonight? You want to show off some of your goods? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, if you give me a minute, I can go put on the Jedi costume.
Okay, well, what you?
But first, I'd like to talk about the 501st Star Wars Costume Club charity organization. A lot of people know what it is, that it is out there. They've seen the stickers on people's cars. The 501st organization is just like-minded individuals that love Star Wars and are into doing community events, charity we do a lot of stuff with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's all about bringing some smiles to kids' faces, no matter where we go, whatever it is. Hospitals, libraries, Comic-Con, PopCon that's going on this weekend too. It is something that is just awesome. It's to share your love of the movie, everything, the TV shows. It's just a great thing to be a part of.
Sounds cool. So we had a clown on earlier last year. Do you think that he has the same rights and the same entertainment value?
Yes, man.
Isn't that cool? I think that what's funny is like certain things that people find silly, like
Yes.
are some of the most thought out, and like I'm sure it takes a lot of your time to make some of these
Well, if you
weapons and such, right?
you go onto the 501st websites and you go through the costume list, you will be amazed at the ingenuity, the artistic level that people put into these costumes, because some of them are bringing these costumes off of a comic book page or the movie, and they're bringing them into real life. And the only references they have is comic books or the movies, or a couple of the new Mandalorian show. It just shows a level of love, ingenuity, faithfulness they have to the storyline. The universe that George Lucas has created is awesome. Just to be part of it it's overwhelming. It is.
Now there's a whole bunch of different type of like role playing, or would you consider this LARPing? Is this called LARPing?
No. The Star Wars thing is not about LARPing unless you're like making your own fan film.
I've seen some pretty good ones.
What we do mainly is charity organization, charity events. Everything is donated to Make-A-Wish Foundation. We'll do stuff at schools, libraries, Children's Museum downtown Indianapolis. We'll get together with other organizations. There's a club for all the Marvel stuff. There is a club for Ghostbusters. There is that here in town. You can have these guys come out to your event or a birthday party or something like that. Some of them will do that.
That's pretty awesome.
It's a good way to give back to the community. It's a good way to just occupy yourself. So many people are doing bad things in the world. Why not find something that's positive? And I really find that the cosplay, the costuming thing, whether it doesn't matter if it's Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, or Pokemon or whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as that brings you some happiness and brings somebody else some happiness, that's what matters.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Well, without further ado, you're going to go get in your gear, right?
Yes, I'm going to go put on a Jedi outfit and maybe swing a lightsaber around.
All right, we'll do that, and then we're going to hang
Right.
out with Wheels on for meals.
He's going to talk about wheels and biscuits.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm going to talk about biscuits.
Yeah, let's get on here. So
20
you're
minutes.
talking about this new biscuit business you're opening up, right? right.
Oh God, that's actually a good idea.
All right. Well,
There's a lot of piss poor biscuits in the world, man.
yeah. Tell us about that. Talk. Now's your chance to tell the people at home how you feel about terrible biscuits.
They're terrible, man. It's in the name.
So what's bad? What's a bad biscuit? Too dry, too chewy.
So, and you could definitely tell. Like, you go to McDonald's or whatever, you get a McBiscuit, and it's like frozen biscuit. Nobody cared about making it,
Right.
But you go to some places, they got good ones.
Where's your best? What's the best fast food biscuit?
Ooh, best fast Hardee's, man.
Hardee's always is that kind of the go-to.
It
You
is
still
kinda-
agree with that, Harlanus?
I haven't been to a Hardee's in ages, so I cannot say.
What would you say is a good fast food biscuit?
I mean, Hardee's had good biscuits last time I went, and that's been probably a decade since I've been to a Hardee's.
Damn.
They're just so sparse anymore, I don't get a chance to get to them.
Yeah, right.
Chick-fil-A's got a good biscuit.
Chick-fil-A's got a good
Probably.
biscuit.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A's got a good
If
biscuit.
it wasn't so crowded, it'd be really good.
They probably make them in house too. They might. They don't claim it, but
Yeah, they never really talk about it much.
they don't really talk about anything they do.
If you make
Yeah.
your biscuits in house, you're gonna be proud of that shit. You're gonna advertise.
Yeah,
it.
true.
Yeah,
Very
good
true.
point. Good point. Well, what about KFC? Does KFC make their in-house their biscuits?
I doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
They're pretty good though, even if they're frozen. I think there's a little.
The,
They make their potatoes from scratch, we found out, according to the internet.
Hey, why don't you come over here and discuss that, Papa Dude? Kill it, Wheels. We don't want a copyright strike. La la la
Oh,
la.
I'm just gonna deny.
Just deny it. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's on camera that we did it. I did it. DTB.
Oh, we're gonna get tagged. We're gonna get suckered.
Yeah. This is something in it. Yeah, I didn't.
But
do that. Yeah. So,
yeah, man.
So speaking of copyrights, I guess that there's certain types of people that don't want to be filmed. So when somebody starts filming them with their camera, they'll start playing a copywritten song,
Yeah.
and it negates their video, kills the sound.
You know who does that?
That's what I need
Cops.
to do.
Ah, yeah.
That's pretty. I mean, that's
It's
a pretty
kind of
good loophole.
ingenious.
Yeah, it's kind of a good loophole.
It's just one of those silly things that'll somehow they'll find a way around.
Something in the same vein too is that I always heard, like, if you're going on a walk in a park or whatever, and you think it might be nefarious activities going on, to play, like, because you can download like police scanners,
Right?
and you can play the police scanner so it sounds like it's playing like a police radio, so then everybody will think you're a cop.
Right. I think everybody driving a Crown Vic is a cop. And do cops even drive
It's-
Crown Vics anymore?
I don't.
Detectives, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
a
just assume
handful.
if
There's
you're-
a handful still in IMPD.
I just assume if you're in a Crown Vic, you're probably going to arrest me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the Crown Vic. It's a real good car.
Yeah, it obviously
And
is.
you
It's
can-
still out there.
and They go, man. Like, and they
Isn't
go.
Brucey driving a Crown Vic?
I think so.
That black one?
We're going to get... hey, Jake. Is Jake watching? Jake, check that.
Nobody's
Fact check
watching. Nobody's watching.
So we're just talking to nobody right now.
Yeah, that's how it always goes.
Well,
Well, you can't beat sanitary.
well,
He's probably playing some kind of movie tonight.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to take is the Sammy Terry crowd.
Yeah.
So, good evening
That's like
from the
Spooky
dudes.
Brucey. Remember, he used to have didn't he have a show too? What happened with that?
Well,
he's working on a new project.
so
Yeah, speaking of which, yeah, Spooky's working on a new project, so look alive for that. No, Spooky does live things occasionally, but it's usually like a Facebook Live on a cell phone in the studio, in-house. But for the most part, all of his stuff is always filmed and edited, put out. It's pretty good stuff. That the Halloween episode, I think, was the most recent episode, and it was extremely edited. And
That was what,
well,
2 years ago?
No, this past Halloween, 2020. He put out a freaking Halloween episode that he filmed at the Asylum House.
Mm.
Good times.
that's the one off Bluff, isn't it?
Yeah, that's that one that's turned into a.
It was that shithole off Bluff. I said it.
Oh!
Yeah, that was the one that was it was the skating rink.
It was a skating ring. I know recently it was a fireworks store.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
probably
yeah.
dabble in a lot of different.
I got a lot of old memories from being in there. Something back
I got a
then.
lot of memories of not wasting $20 there.
Yeah, we got to go in there for free. That was pretty nice.
If I would have paid $20 to walk through that, I would have been pissed.
Not the last haunted house I went to, because I went to a haunted house down in Gatlinburg.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It was one of the not Guinness Book World Records. What's the other? Like, they keep weird stuff.
I don't know.
Ripley's?
Pops.
Ripley's.
Ripley's.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
It was one of their haunted houses. It was okay.
They had a
But
Ripley's haunted house. Nice.
yeah, it's open year round. It's actually really cool. And I think they change it up a lot because, people will videotape it.
Right.
And then, you got to change it up a little bit. So, and it was a pretty good haunted house. But the one before that, like, I hadn't gone to one in years. before that. It was in like high school. I went in there on a date. And like it was a haunted corn maze.
Right.
And the guy jumped out of the haunted corn maze, and I punched him in the face.
What?
It was.
That could be a dangerous position.
You know, like
people scaring.
you jump out in front of me
That's
and
a
yell
tough
like
job.
It was a gut reaction.
Which is harder, being a guy working at a freaking haunted house, doing jump scares,
Mhm.
or a male porn star?
What kind of
Either
male
way.
porn? That's the big question here. It depends.
Okay.
If you're, it wasn't ready for that kind of.
Anyways, why does Wes Froman call you the Biscuit King?
So, in high school, I went to a place called C9, like a career center. I think
Technical Institute.
Technical Institute. Josh went there. I went for culinary arts, and part of that was something called Skills USA. And part of the class that I competed in was demonstration. And you would go and demonstrate whatever craft you were doing, whether it be welding or visual graphics, something like that. Well, I went to C9 for culinary arts, and so I decided to do the demonstration part. I did it my junior year. In part of culinary arts, you know, you want to show how to make something, you know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I picked something that would be easy for me to own, something to master, and then something that would connect to an individual. And I've never ran into anybody who didn't like biscuits.
Damn right.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
They're fucking good.
Yeah.
So I decided, like, I'm gonna do biscuits, you know, and then it was. I did it. I joined the start of my junior year, and it wasn't the competition part of it wasn't until the second semester. So then towards the end of the summer.
Right.
But I would literally make biscuits, 3 or 4 batches of them. So go through the whole steps and do the demonstration for like the whole time I was in C9. I would stay after school and do it. And I would say probably within so let's say 9 weeks. So let's say like in a 12-week period, I probably made biscuits every day. I would make them at home.
Oh,
I'd make
shit,
them
dude.
all over the place.
Damn.
Biscuit, got that nailed down pat. And it's one of those things too. Now I don't make biscuits as much. You know, I'm just the one. I mean, but like sometimes on the weekend, I'll download the recipe. You know, and it's I didn't make the recipe. I copied it off of Alton Brown from Good Eats. The Southern Biscuit recipe. You can still find it online.
Right, right.
The only thing I changed was the salt amount. You know, because variances of different things. So outside of that, like I really haven't changed the recipe. You know, or the technique, or you know, and it's kind of one of those things is that once I get everything measured out, then it's this flying blind kind of thing. I'm used to it. Muscle memory.
Right. So, my pal here, Harlow Santana, he has a biscuit on his family's crest.
Oh yeah.
And so when you
pretty
say
dope.
that you're the Biscuit King,
Biscuit King.
it kind of rubbed him a little funny.
You know, we could be like cousins.
Where you
Like-
from?
Southside, bro. Southside, Andy. No, where are you from? Ohio.
South Kentucky.
Oh yeah. They
How many
like them.
cousins can live in
So let me ask
opposite
you-
states?
Did you ever call them cat heads?
My grandma called them cathead biscuits.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's the you know, you make a biscuit that would fit like a hamburger. You know, it's like a
Yeah.
hamburger by
Does it look
itself.
like a cat head? It's either a cat
Yeah.
head or it's a drop biscuit.
Yeah,
Because you just drop it by the spoonful in
Yep.
the pan.
Drop biscuits is like
And
and
lazy, but
that's a
tasty.
conflicting technique too.
It is, because it's actually the half-assed way, because all you do with a cat head or a drop biscuit is you're skipping the step where you put it on the counter and knead the shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more efficient. I mean, when you knead the biscuit, you get a much better texture.
And and I think it's a different to culture. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
One of those things. Somebody who's has the time.
Now, a northerner, a Yankee, they're
Oh.
going to have the time to knead their damn biscuits or have their
Right.
help knead it.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, as Southern people, we gotta
We
be
don't
we
know
gotta
shit.
we gotta be in the coal mine at 4 a.m. So we're just gonna mix up some flour, buttermilk, salt, butter, and baking powder. And we're just gonna throw it on a damn pan.
You gotta go. You gotta get to the job.
We're basically making goddamn hardtack with leavening.
You know, and I'm gonna say this, man. I've never had a bad biscuit. I've just had.
I've had bad biscuits.
Yeah.
Poorly executed biscuits.
Poorly executed biscuits. It's like one of those things too. Is that how much you need does a biscuit turn into a scone? You know, because a scone's hard.
But it still has a fluffy innard.
And
it's not burnt.
What about a biscuit that turns into a weird pancake?
You know, was it good?
No.
Oh, then no.
My dad was straight from Kentucky. He'd make biscuits damn near like 3-4 times a week.
So would it be like a Johnny cake?
It'd be kind of like it'd have kind of the texture of like a Johnny cake, I guess, because he would sometimes substitute vegetable oil for shortening or butter.
Yeah. See, you got to stick with the solid fats.
Yeah. So he would do it with shortening or vegetable oil sometimes.
My personal favorite is bacon fat.
Bacon fat's good.
Oh my god! Have you ever made popcorn with bacon fat?
No. I make fried taters in bacon fat.
Oh, highly recommend because it makes all the popcorn. It doesn't. It gives it a bacon smokiness and taste, but it's not like overpowering. And first off, bacon's good.
Of course,
you know what
I mean?
I think we can all agree with that. But at a certain point, you need to stop.
It's the biscuit of meats.
Yeah,
it goes with every meal.
It goes well everywhere. At a certain point, though, like people are covering bacon in chocolate and putting it in ice cream.
It's too much.
Too much, man. It's
bacon donuts.
It's one of those things.
What's this world become?
Bacon is a lot like one of those athletes that go into multiple sports and is good. Like, no, man, choose one sport. We don't need Michael Jordan to be good at baseball and basketball.
He wasn't.
He wasn't. Luckily.
This isn't was it Bo Jackson?
Bo Jackson?
Yeah. Or was it Joe Jackson?
Don't have to start fire.
Reggie Jackson?
Reggie Jackson. Damn it.
One of those Jacksons.
I don't know sports.
I don't know what they call the Jackson 5.
Yeah, I think it's the 5 best Jackson.
Best Jacksons.
Yeah, the Jackson 5 is the 5 best Jacksons in baseball. Yeah.
Well, I don't have a soda. I got a pin.
So.
Yeah, biscuits.
Deep conversation.
Dude, I'll talk about biscuits all day.
Dude.
Because the biscuits are one of them things. It's like, it's simple in reality, but the finished project. Yeah, finished product.
And when you got somebody who really cares about making the biscuit, it's a good biscuit.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a place here in town. It's on the east side, northeast side. I know it's south of 65th. It's in a place called Keystone Plaza. It's called Keystone Deli? No, not Deli. Diner.
Diner, okay. Am I going to a delicatessen or a diner-catessen?
Diner.
Okay.
Diner-catessen. I like that. But, and they make pretty good biscuits. You could tell they make it, you know what I mean? You walk into the place, you know they're making it from scratch. Like,
well, let's be honest. A biscuit's only as good as its purpose. Are you doing it for a stew, or for a gravy, or for just to be a biscuit? Like, what's the biscuit going to be for?
Gravy.
Gravy. Almost always for you?
Almost
gravy?
always.
98.8% of the time it's for gravy.
What about a good stew, though? Do you go with that, or do you go with a good cornbread?
That's cornbread. Right
Cornbread?
It depends. If it's bean-rich, cornbread.
Of course, yes.
If we're just doing like a beef stew with some mashed potatoes, and you're going to throw it all in a bowl, yeah, put a biscuit on the bottom.
Make like a pop, like a...
Yeah, it's like an upside-down pot pie.
Yeah, an inside-out pot pie, dude. I love that.
Or dumplings. Dumplings is the biscuit.
Dumpling is just a wet biscuit.
A wet biscuit.
I'm gonna be honest. I love savory foods. So when everybody does all these fancy things with biscuits, like with their cobblers, why aren't we doing that with more of like a meat stew kind of thing? I guess they do with the pot pie.
Hey, man.
But I like savory foods. I like a nice heavy, biscuity.
Yeah, you can do like a chicken pot pie filling and put biscuits on top.
I've never had I've never had a bad pot pie, but I've never really had like a remarkable pot pie. I've been waiting for one.
Here's the thing with pot pies too. It's like people use it as a way for leftovers. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
And that's where I feel like separates like it's a pot pie. It's a way of using leftovers. It's
Yeah.
budget friendly. It's cool. But when you make a chicken just for pot pie, I feel like at that point we can make it elevated. You know what
Okay,
I mean?
right.
You know, you use a whole bird. You know, you get it broken down. You use the bones for the stock. You use the cut up the chicken,
Right.
roast it, or fry it in the pan.
A good, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So you're making a pot pie. You're taking the time like you would for like a good dumpling.
Oh yeah, you got it's all.
Yeah. Roast that chicken out.
The more
make sure you take care
time
of that
and
meat.
like with any cooking, the first time you make anything, it's probably good. I mean, it'll turn out okay. It'll be good, but the more time you invest into something, the better it's gonna be. It's all it's like that through life. You know, whatever project you care about, the more time, the more you baby it, the more it is.
Right, absolutely.
I feel like we're having Jedi on board.
Is there a Jedi happening?
I feel like there's a Jedi on board.
Is that what's happening here?
Biscuits are cool. Jedis are way cooler.
I disagree. Biscuits are
Yeah.
way cooler.
Cool biscuits, okay. Hot biscuit, though. And I feel like there's two keys to biscuits. You gotta butter them. You gotta butter them when you go in, butter them when they come out.
What kind of butter are we talking, though? Are we talking a nice, rich, real butter?
Yeah. Margarine's terrible for you. You know margarine is made in the same process they make plastic?
That's what I hear. But you know what? I'm going to be honest. Margarine does have a nice, rich, buttery taste. You can make some good mashed potatoes with margarine.
So does fake banana.
So you can't believe it's not butter?
No, that's awful. That's
the
weak.
worst.
Because it's kind of weak on the back end. It's not really like a... It's kind of waxy.
That's not,
Those are fireworks, not
I
gunshots.
say it sounded like a gun. It was irregular.
I wish I had a gun that had the sparkly part of it at the end. Even though you just shot somebody in the head, it still goes...
But so butter, you gotta butter it. You gotta butter it when it goes in the oven. Butter it when it comes out the oven. If you open the oven and spin them, butter it. Butter.
If you put enough butter in them, you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have to butter them.
Well, here's the other
I
deal,
disagree
though.
with that. There's never enough butter.
I'll butter the fuck out of the outside, but the reality is that you also got to be careful with butter because butter burns.
True.
You don't want
I
no
would
burnt
use
butter.
I would use a quarter pound of butter for a batch of biscuits.
I'll use
I
a
don't
quarter.
give a shit.
I use a quarter pound of butter for my fucking snack later.
Oh yeah.
Fat piece of shit.
All right, well here we go, everybody. Who we got here? Who's this Star Wars guy showing up?
I don't know, but this Jedi needs a fucking beard.
Oh shoot. Well, my pal Harlow's.
I have a beer down here.
Oh!
We have Pepsi beer. Should I bring this in frame? You want
He
this?
just brought me to the dark side because
Oh,
it's
right.
Imperial
I'm all dark side all the way, bud.
IPA.
Or you want it juicy? Here. You want to change
with the Force.
change up the palate
Oh.
a little bit? Oh!
Fail.
Man,
That was
throw
an
me
epic
a wet
fail.
beer, man.
That's about to be the dual taste, you know what I mean? Dual
Dude,
taste.
dude, give that a minute.
You're going to get that all over you.
Give it a minute.
Force. Use the Force.
Y'all thought I was gonna open it again.
Oh my god. Josh is straight running out of town.
That
I got
game
some of those
is
down here,
fucked.
man.
He's running.
I came prepared. Here I go.
I brought the Youngling Slayer 2000.
Youngling Slayer 2000.
Everybody's just like, oh, Anakin's such a tragic character.
You know, there had to been some kind of dick
He's
movie, dude.
worse than Hitler. Come on, man. He slaughtered a fucking room full of children.
I knew I didn't like that piece of
On
shit.
hand.
Hitler slaughtered a lot of people. Not in person. That's it. Not in person. Not in person. And the thing is, man, like, at what point do you feel like, oh, hey, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
If I stand up, am I going to be out of frame?
Your head might be.
I really want to just, dude, this has got some heft to it, man.
It's got good balance.
This is awesome.
Yeah, hit it every time. Yeah.
Hold on, I don't think my fat finger can hold the button down. This is awesome. I could do this for hours. I'm probably out of frame, but I heard as a rumor that they when they were doing the prequels, that the actors holding the lightsabers would make the sound, so they had to like cut production and then have them redo it. That's cool. I need a lightsaber that matches my fucking car, man.
Well, I like
Is Jake out there? I think
No,
my
I just
car's...
went looking for Jake. He's not out there. But while I was out there, I was able to urinate in the grass and find these two bros.
It's now a Sith blade, Jesse.
I gotta also say that another character that's one of my favorites that makes mouth noises is from a film called Ralph S. Mouse, Runaway Mouse. Have you ever seen that? It's a little mouse that finds a motorcycle, and he can drive the motorcycle by making motorcycle noises. I can't make a motorcycle. What's a motorcycle noise? Like, ram, damn. That one,
That's a crotch rocket.
his name was Ralph S. Mouse.
Ralph S. I wonder what the S stand for.
Stanley.
Stanley. Okay.
No, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't think they ever say. No, let's go. So, let's go back to Jay here. What do we got here? So, with the frickin' lightsaber and such, what's this character that you have here? You're a Jedi Knight.
Yeah, but I just changed my color here to go through them.
Now you're a Sith
yeah,
Lord.
This is,
Big whoop. Okay. So
Nice.
now you're a dark Jedi.
look here. This is not the standard Jedi belt. This is one I
You're gonna have to
custom
stand
made.
up here. You're gonna have to show off your bod here.
I
Like, show off
custom
just your
made
mid-range.
myself with
Do we
my.
Turn
this?
toward that right there. Toward a little more. Yeah, there you go. Talk to that eye right there. Yeah.
Assistant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Apprentice.
Here we have a custom belt I made myself with my own little buckle, greeblies, lightsaber pockets, little food capsules here. But that's about it on this one.
All right.
A costume like this, if you wanted to do a Jedi costume, something like this, about $200
All right.
collectively.
If you really think
Maybe
about it.
$3 if you push it on the boots.
Could you wear that to a nice banquet?
Yes.
I would wear it
yes,
everywhere.
Yes.
That looks
Yes, you
actually
could.
really
Yes.
comfortable.
Yeah, it really does. It looks like a nice vest. We were talking about the LARPing and such. What about if you were doing like Back to the Future LARPing? Is there a whole world with that as well?
I
You
bet
just
there
dress
is.
like you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got like
You just need an orange vest.
I'm a guy from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
From 2021.
You need a cosplay as the 3D shark from whatever. Was it the third one they went into the future or the second one?
second one,
Second
the future.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty okay. They went to like 2019, was it, or 2015?
That was like
The
2015.
third one, they went like, back to the past, like
Yeah.
fucking Dan Quayle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go back to the past.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
Dan
Dan.
Quayle.
I
What
bought-
happened to Dan Quayle?
He
I
just
don't
went
know.
back to college, dude, and got his he got his bachelor's in
The forgotten Hoosier.
The
did he not spell potato?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spell potato any way I want.
I think potato has 3 E's at the end of it, shit.
we move this back over.
Yeah. Dan Quayle was right.
From his upbringing.
From
I don't know
a
how to turn this off.
from a perspective or such a thing. Yeah. Okay. So what's your Jedi name, dude? Dan Quayle.
Dan Quayle.
Jane Quell.
No, you can, when it comes to the 501st Costume Club, the other side of it is called the Rebel Legion,
Okay.
where it's all the good guys.
Okay.
Now, you got a lot more liberties in that part of the club because you can name your own character. Because, a TIE pilot's a TIE pilot. That's pretty generic. When it comes to the Rebel Legion, everybody's got a name. So you can make your own Rebel pilot. You can make your own Jedi. Give them your own name, your own backstory.
You could be like
anything
Mike
that.
Baxter.
Yeah. unless you're doing a face character, say you're doing Obi-Wan Kenobi, then you have to have the right garb, the right boots, the right pants, right lightsaber, facial hair, hairdo, and all that. Yeah.
Obi.
You may as well be Alec Guinness and get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that one.
Yeah, Obi 4 Kenobi.
I'm a little lacking up here with that one, but
OB4 play Kenobi.
I could do Obi-4 play Kenobi. I could turn this into Horror Wars.
Yeah, okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Porn Wars.
I haven't
I'll
done
do my
much,
own fucking parody, man. Fuck that shit. I'll have Jesse fucking produce it.
Yeah, man. Chill out that cash.
Yeah, chill out, guy. You got a producer in the house. Let's make this film right now. We're talking about like.
Well, first off, 4 dudes here. I don't think an adult film is quite the. quite the
It's just
thing.
a film for adults, dude. Chill down. Chill down.
Film for
Man,
adults,
I
adult
still
film.
think
Two
I
very
came here
different
dressed
things.
as a Jedi. His ass should have came here dressed as a biscuit.
I think he kind of did.
You
need
didn't
a
come here
Biscuits
dressed as a
outfit,
Jedi, though. You got dressed
I'm a
as
human
Jedi.
shaped
Oh, good
biscuit.
point. Yeah. Yeah, you had to get into Jedi costuming. But which one of you could feed the Republic? I mean, let's be honest here. Jedi
Well,
is
with
like
that
Army's
belly,
march-
I think
hey.
he could feed the Republic, bub.
Army marches on its stomach, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you do much marching in space, but
No, I
No,
mean,
but
in
the
space,
Force
no one can
does
hear you
require
march.
a high-protein diet.
does it now?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
The Force.
I could see them as the smoke.
So you got to have a
right?
strong colon to be a Jedi.
Yeah.
I heard that's true.
Because it's a high-protein diet, maybe sometimes high fiber.
A third of the Jedi perish from colorectal cancer. That's a,
No,
that's
that was a lie by the Empire. That was Order 66.
well, Order 66 came with a large side of fries.
What it was
Like
is
a Heinz
they
60,
poisoned
order
the
of Heinz
Jedi.
66.
They poisoned the Jedi.
Steak sauce.
Yeah. Bad steak sauce and
Okay, let's be honest here. Okay, tonight's episode is called Space Biscuits.
Space biscuits. That's awesome.
All right, when you think about making biscuits, when it comes to altitude and all that such, what would it be like to make biscuits in space?
Amazing.
Well,
You make
Would
them
they
with
be
a
able to
lightsaber.
rise? Does yeast rise in space?
I mean, if you have artificial gravity,
We gave, yeah.
Oh, okay, there. Okay, we're going there.
if you lost gravity, I mean,
So artificial gravity takes into account the levity of a biscuit, obviously.
but the leavening is a gas that's given off, so you'd still have gas given off in space.
Force.
Yeah.
From
It's
a
just
chemical
The
reaction of
Force
the baking
will
soda and
defy
acid.
the gravity. And if you got the Force, Bob, you can make that.
make it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
true.
how
You can hold
many
a biscuit up.
cooks in a spacecraft are going to be
Space bread
Force?
is made by Jedis.
True. Yeah, but
they
I
have
don't,
bread in
I
Star
don't
Wars?
think that space bread is actually like a big deal. I think it's more quinoa, to be honest.
You think they eat a lot of
I think
quinoa
they eat
in
a lot of
space?
quinoa, a lot of loose breads.
And
Loose
what do you
grains,
think about it?
Unleavened.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
the Empire is in charge of the rations, a heavy starch diet is what. It's easier to make a starch than it is a protein.
Like, yeah, a good porridge.
Well, it could
Like, a
lead
good
to a
porridge.
high-
Did you do well?
constipated
Are you
diet.
porridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like Star Wars eats a lot of like Soylent Greens. You know what I mean?
A lot
If
of
I had
people
another
food.
one, I could do lightsaber chopsticks.
Oh, you would do that?
Yes.
What would you do? Would you cook your sushi?
At the same time.
No, man.
You see, you start with a regular roll, then you end with a crunchy roll.
Yes.
Well, here's my thing:
Yes.
is when you
got
think
it.
about pasta, isn't pasta harder to make on a mountain? Isn't there
Yeah,
like
because it's
different
higher.
rules?
Well, not necessarily pasta.
boiling water.
Boiling water
Let's
is
say
at a
that.
higher temperature. So water at sea level is 112 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 for Celsius, for our international viewers.
Right. Okay, of course.
All zero.
All
Yeah.
0.
Oh yeah.
No problems for the Jedi or Sith because we have the Force.
Do you guys have good
That's
altitude with your making of pasta? What is your pasta beliefs? How do you feel about pasta? Go ahead. You have 30
we
seconds.
boil the pasta. We love the pasta. We crush the tomatoes with the Force. So
Yeah,
we get
you don't wanna
every,
get your hands
every bit of
dirty.
juiciness.
Never seen a sink in Star Wars.
Are you a true pastafarian, or is that like?
Yes, I'm a
Oh,
pastafarian. I
pastafarian?
love pasta.
I've been looking about converting. from
I'll smack
atheist
my
to
mother for
pastafarian.
pasta.
ramen.
ramen.
Top ramen. I've
know-
gotten my 5-year-old daughter into ramen. Is that bad? Can you?
Dude, ramen
Once you
is
started, you
always
She
good.
loves it.
Yeah.
She tried. I had a ramen one night, and now she's addicted. She calls it her sketty.
Terrible.
Once you've
That is
started,
her
Yeah,
sketty.
no. What's bad about ramen is
Monosodium glutamate's not.
that's what's bad
Well,
about ramen.
once
is the
a
seasoning
week.
packet. That's
I
it.
give it to her once a week because I keep her trying to eat right, but she loves her sketty.
Monosodium glutamate has less sodium than
She
regular
loves
salt.
that stuff.
Yeah,
Man.
no, it's that's just a thing.
Let's
Yeah.
yeah. Let's be honest here. Okay, the only thing that's problematic about any of it is the sodium packet. The,
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
that
And they
portion.
yeah.
And
it's
other
the
than
sodium.
that, though,
You're
the
talking like-
noodles are fine. They're just freaking noodles.
You know-
so you can dress them up. You can hang out with
A
them.
couple
for
of years ago, I went on a ramen.
Tirade.
venture. Ramen
I
venture.
went on a ramen venture. I made my own broth.
I'll call it
You
a
know,
tirade.
I had to go to the Asian markets. I had to get the pig feet, and there's like a special seaweed kind of thing they use for it. That's,
Right. Which is what makes the MSG.
yeah, the
Umami.
MSG is a natural
It creates
Thing.
umami.
umami.
Oh my!
When people talk about umami, that's MSG. It's,
And all it is just it gives
Yeah.
more depth to what you're making.
Exactly.
I never knew how to explain it. I was always like, this is weak. But it tastes okay. It's just weak, like Progresso soups.
it's like lime
Progressive.
leg,
Yeah, oh, they're
lime,
horrid.
But they
Horrid.
taste okay. They're just weak.
or tomatoes. When you ever eat something with
Yeah.
tomatoes, you're like, oh man, I want
You
more.
need more umami. You
Yes,
need
they
more
need umami.
Yeah, and I think
It's
that I think that beef broth has the best umami out of anything.
True.
If
I agree.
anything, like I think that beef broth is king of umami. And when I bite into the bone, into the hip of a cow, I yell out umami,
Yeah.
You
and
like
it
sushi?
cries out.
Do
Huh?
you like sushi?
Hell no.
Alright. I'm with you, man.
Who likes sushi?
Oh, I love sushi.
I love certain kinds of sushi.
Yeah.
You give me fish, it better be fried.
Not
or
all
get
of
the
it.
fuck out.
Fried or get the fuck out.
Fried with a biscuit,
That's
man.
right.
Yeah, sushi never comes with a biscuit.
You know, you know what you don't see. You always see like the chicken and a biscuit sandwiches. Why not catfish? Fried catfish on a biscuit?
Or
That's
sushi
gotta
on
be
biscuit.
People
Sushi
are
on
cheap
biscuit.
with their catfish anymore, but it always tastes a little gamey.
You know, you gotta treat the catfish right. You know, it's just like any
I
other
mean,
meat.
you gotta take
It's
it
all
out for
about
dinner,
the-
You
obviously.
just can't
You
mistreat
gotta
it.
take it a nice seafood dinner and never call it again. That's
Right.
the key to good catfish.
That's how you get a catfish.
Mr. Biscuit, man.
Like the
Want to
one-
hear a horror story? I used to work under this pastry chef up in Carmel.
Okay,
And I was supposed to make 20 pounds of biscuits.
that's a lot of biscuit.
I didn't for some reason, I didn't realize that I grabbed the baking soda instead
Yeah.
of baking powder. I ruined it.
Oh,
the-
no, not
One
20
day,
pounds. Those are some bricks, dude.
Yeah, that's some hardtack right
I had
there.
to throw it all away.
Well,
What's that known for? Is that a positive thing in some cultures? Who eats hardtack?
Colonial soldiers.
Nobody
Oh,
up there, that's
soldiers.
for sure.
So did they
I
do
mean,
that?
About
they still
300
make
years ago, that
hardtack.
was some good shit.
Did they
back
do that
then.
because it was just it didn't have a lot of spoilage?
Well, they
Yeah,
would,
you
they would
think-
make it on the fly. They just mix flour and water, wrap it around a stick, and cook it on fire.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! You're basically eating like
Yeah,
fucking
it's jerky or
plaster.
something.
Basically.
God damn.
yeah,
Yeah,
Hey,
flour
man,
plaster.
Fucking
You
You
suck,
did,
dude.
you, did
That
what you had to do. A lot of times, so like if you were, I mean, a lot
It
of
was more about filling your belly. It
Yeah.
wasn't about nutrition.
Yeah. They didn't
Because
count the
nobody
cook
knew
fire.
about nutrition.
Right,
back then.
right. But I
They
mean,
just like,
still,
oh, if
like,
you fill your belly, then you're fine.
yeah,
If you fill your belly, you can keep moving west like
Yeah.
Jefferson wants you.
yeah.
True that. Yeah, so they didn't have any avocado toast.
No.
And
no
you think
pizza.
about
No McDonald's, Bob.
a lot of
Yeah,
time they
yeah.
also would take hardtack and use that as a thickening agent. You know,
True.
so you would make you kill a deer or whatever, make stew or whatever game you could find. And then to thicken it, you throw the hardtack in there, or they would soak the hardtack in whatever broth they had left, to soften it so you can actually eat it.
Yep.
What makes
Many Jedi.
what's the
fell
best
for
roux?
Roux's only equal parts fat and flour.
Right.
So could you make a good roux out of like potato flakes? Like a few, like just a dusting of them. Like,
If I had it was in a situation that I had to use roux or biscuit flakes to thicken something, I wouldn't choose to do a roux method. I would put the flakes, in the final product when it was, hot.
Right.
You got your broth, you throw the potato flakes in it, it would thicken it.
It just seems like the flakes are they're like they're better than oatmeal in terms of absorbing things like.
Oh yeah. Well, it's dehydrated.
I bet that'd be pretty good in a meatloaf.
I did
Just a light dusting of.
Yeah, I mean, people put oatmeal in it to.
Yeah.
Hold the moisture.
Yeah.
That's the key,
Well, I chop up the oats pretty good. I make like an oat flour.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
You ever put that? You ever put that old flour up in your meatloaf?
You know what my secret is to meatloaf?
Yeah. To meatloaf.
Not oats to meatloaf. It's an oat to meatloaf.
Yeah.
To meatloaf. Yeah.
I feel like first off, meatloaf's an underappreciated thing nowadays.
It's a real art. If you can make biscuits, can you make meatloaf? Is
Dude,
that the next question?
I'll put this on there on Facebook.
Do it.
Legit call out.
All right.
I'll outcook any grandmother.
Go get banned.
You'll cook any grandmother?
No.
So you'll cook any grandmother? You're
I'll
like
outcook any
Hansel.
grandmother. Outcook them.
Okay.
But in my meatloaf, dude, I don't use those oat products, or anything that comes from the ground.
Yeah, go on.
Pork rinds.
Holy
Pork rinds.
shit!
Pork
What are you
rinds.
talking about? Dude?
Yeah, they do the same thing. They'll
Are
absorb
you
moisture.
talking crazy or?
Dude, I'm
Does
telling
the
you,
dude
it's
even have
that
any
keto
words?
life, man.
You're talking about the taco. Okay, so I've been talking about this for a minute. The taquito diet.
Taquito.
Everything you eat is got to be in a taquito form, right?
The keto form.
It's like, hey man, would you like a?
If you can roll it, you can eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can
You
roll
think
you
about
can
it,
eat
anything can go into tortilla, man.
Hey man, would you like a peanut butter jelly? Is it in taquito form?
Peanut butter and jello taquito, man.
Yeah. Man, I'll eat
You
the
make
peanut butter with the
you make you roll the peanut butter into taquito and then you dip it in jelly.
I took some Nutella and put it on.
Yeah, Nutella is kind of like the most evil perfect food.
It's one of those things. It's like the bacon of the nut world.
I think you're right. They overdo it in some
They
spots.
put it on everything.
Just give me a spoon of Nutella.
I'm
and
sorry.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Nutella?
Like what's going down?
That's fucking Soylent Green, bub.
Soylent Green.
Yeah,
Soylent
that's
Green.
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green. He knows what I'm talking about. Soylent Green.
Yep.
He's old enough to remember that shit.
No, dude. Everybody knows Soylent Green is people.
But not a lot of
It's
people know.
people!
A lot of people know it's people, but not many people know that it's from the movie The Omega Man with Charlton Heston.
Oh, it's not called
Yeah,
Soylent Green.
Yes. Thank you, Harlan.
Oh, no,
for
no,
bringing
you're
that
right.
up.
There was
I
a
never-
Charlton Heston, yes.
There was a
The
health
Omega
and fitness
Man.
drink. There was a health and fitness drink that came out a few years back, and they actually called it Soylent.
Yeah,
sons of-
I saw
how
something about
crazy.
that.
I would troll their Facebook posts all the time talking about how it's people, how you shouldn't drink it because it's people,
Right.
Yeah.
and a lot of people just did not get it. I
You
wonder
know-
if they ever changed their name. They should
There
have.
was.
What does Soylent mean? It's
Look-
got to have some sort of meaning to it.
My name Webster, bitch.
Yes.
Funkin' Wagnall.
I don't have very good Wi-Fi out here.
I don't either. My connection was in the studio.
But we can tell you all about the fucking European chef on the can.
Exactly.
But tell us, tell the
something-
people at home.
Do you think he says bork, bork, bork?
Bork, bork, bork.
Like, that's the
Borky,
Swedish
borky,
chef.
bork.
Oh.
Urty birdie, urty birdie.
Hurdy shurdy.
Urty urty.
Hurdy
No.
Oh, people want to fucking say racist shit, man. Oh,
Yeah, who
the
cares?
Swedish chef
Yeah.
is okay.
It's
He's
su-
okay.
Super
We're
racist.
gonna let him slide.
We'll just make up a language. It's
He's
fine.
a-
Blurgin, blurgin. Blurgin, blurgin.
Bork, bork, bork,
Do you know what I'm saying? Blurgin, blurgin.
Bird, 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 bird.
Yeah.
But with the Soylent product that you were talking about, in the 80s there was a diet pill, and it was like in the early 80s, so before the AIDS epidemic, but the name of the product was AIDS, but it was
Yep.
spelled a little bit different.
Going back,
Oh,
to,
that's
just
like
going back a
bad
second.
marketing right there.
Soylent Green was from the movie The Omega Man with Charlton Heston.
Okay.
It was actually loosely based on a novel called Make Room, Make Room.
Okay.
By Harry Harrison from 1966.
Harry
snap,
Harrison.
dude.
That sounds like a pseudonym.
Oh, was that Harry and the Hendersons?
Harry and
Well, it was written by
Sasquatch is behind the whole fucking thing.
This would be
You
Harry
know,
and the Harrisons.
it's lies upon
Conspiracy.
lies upon lies.
Yeah.
It's like a
If
funnel
it's Harry
system.
and the Hendersons, that's the Sasquatch, bub.
Yeah.
Because we've already had that movie. They've already let that. The FBI has let that out now.
That aliens, man.
I mean, what about Alien 3, dude?
Oh, I found a copy on eBay for $11 of that novel.
Is that Run, Ronnie, Run?
What?
Well, we might have to get a copy of that and do a review.
Ronnie, run.
We should make real.
How many
swelling
people
drinks.
do they
That's
actually
not
get?
what it's called.
No.
How many people?
No, is that
I,
a-
want
is
to
that a
know.
no-go?
I need to know numbers, man. How many people got processed in the food?
You know, there's actually an FDA.
Now, did they make biscuits out of it? Now,
You know what? A
you need to be
Soylent
looking into
Soylent
this,
Green
man.
biscuit.
Soylent biscuits.
A biscuit made out of people? That sucks,
Come
dude.
on,
I want
Yeah,
wheat.
terrible.
I want
If he
wheat,
was a
baby.
serial killer, he'd be
Oh,
making
you guys
biscuits
don't-
hand over
oh,
fist.
I'd be making fava beans.
All right, here's the other thing. You've got biscuits, but then what about breadsticks?
You know,
That's
I'm gonna say
expansion.
this.
That's totally
We
different. That
need
is
marketing
yeast-based.
now.
No,
Yes,
no.
Now I'm on his
Here's
fucking
what's
level.
funny though. I have
He
a
might
daughter
be
that
killing people
has
making biscuits,
celiacs,
man, but
and so figuring
you
out
got
the perfect
marketing to do.
biscuit and breadstick is like, because nowhere serves celiac-friendly breadsticks. They do not fucking exist.
You know, and I'm gonna go out and say this. You know, too many places use processed breadsticks.
It's no good.
Not Chicago's
Yeah.
pizza.
Not if you're
No, not
dipping it-
Chicago's.
is that right, pops?
If you're
Fact
going to
check.
dip into human
The
flesh,
Chicago's
man,
have great
you can't
breadsticks.
be-
Yeah,
Right.
you have to have the love and care out of human flesh to make breadsticks.
You got to have that love and care that
Yeah,
only Vlad Tepes had.
yeah. But
You gotta
Well, what's
you
interesting
gotta
is-
impale and then you got to dip that shit.
I'm gonna go out and say this too. The place with my personal favorite breadsticks is Big Kahuna's Pizza.
What are they gluten-free?
No, they're not
Yeah,
gluten free.
That's the
But
situation.
the thing is, though,
That's the
I feel
problem.
like you could make
Just tell your kid to get over it.
would a
Okay,
celiac friendly
yeah, okay.
breadstick. Wouldn't that just be a cheddar bay biscuit? You know, because
Yeah,
it's got
I-
the garlic and
gotta get the
Yeah,
frozen
tell her to
breadsticks.
get over it as she's lying on the floor. Like
Yeah.
she's got a gun pointed to her head from just a small amount of macaroni that she accidentally ate.
yeah,
It was got wheat.
it's a real thing. I got an aunt that has it, and my sister.
It's saddening
My
because
sister-in-law has it.
because
Yeah.
at first you're just like, shut up, you ate too much.
Yeah.
Or drink more water, or you just took some Prilosec.
Or,
And before
need
you
some
know
more-
it, you're like, oh, son of a bitch, she just went and had to get a fucking scope done, and now it's like a
Yeah.
fucking reality check.
Yeah. Oh,
It's like what was
oh.
a trend is reality now. And
Yeah.
that sucks.
And the
Awesome.
thing is, too, and you kind of think about it, man. They put wheat in a lot of stuff.
It's in every fucking thing.
It's almost in everything.
There's actually
wheat
like
starch.
what's funny though is like
It's
with
the
like
gluten. It's the additive of gluten.
Yeah.
it's just a
Gluten
protein.
is a nasty, sticky-ass fucking substance.
It makes great biscuits though. It
Yeah.
helps with biscuits and it helps with breadsticks.
I say, I still
Innards.
hypothesize that a lot of this gluten shit is come from the last 60, 70 years of the way our food is produced.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Because
Processed
GMO.
food.
you've never heard about it until like the late
Maybe the
90s,
90s,
early
yeah.
2000s.
It became trendy as
Where
fuck.
was it before that? It wasn't.
Well, and you look at stuff like I don't know if you ever. There's a movie about it, but like you look at Kellogg, Dr. Kellogg.
Oh, we talked about that. Are you talking about
Yes. Yeah.
They talk about these people with this
graham
strange
crackers are
illness, and then
supposed
they
to stop
keep
them
eating this
masturbating.
grain, and then they never get better, you know. And he keeps them in like this.
the road
that-
to Wellville?
Yeah,
Road
it's not
to
like
Wellville.
it's not like a insane asylum, but it's like a health clinic.
Yeah,
quote
right.
unquote.
Yeah.
And you think about
Health
that.
sanitarium.
These people
Yeah,
that have
sanitarium.
an unexplained disease in a time period where it was a very oat-based diet, you know, because it's a lot of more processed food. You know, you're talking about you're right at, you know, the end of the Great Depression. They grew up eating a lot of flour-based products because a lot of biscuits, because that's what they had.
Yeah.
You know, that's what
coal mining food.
White
Yeah.
flour's easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
Quick, easy.
And then
food.
they go there and they eat all those oat base. You know, not like a cult, but it's like, and it's, you know, he did it with not with the intent of doing it. He did it without knowing all the details because at the time, you know, they weren't able to see all the details in the science.
They're still doing
aspect.
colorectal yogurt enemas. Am I right, Ryder?
Yes.
You make it sound like he had one.
I am up for one right now.
Yogurt based.
Yeah, dude, strawberry
Josh
yogurt up in
already
the
said
rectum.
he's
So
ready to
here's the
fucking
real
do
one.
whole thing, man. We're gonna do this on camera.
I'm not
We're gonna put this fucking thing.
Oh, I am
You.
not doing
Yes.
that. We'll be right
You
back.
right there. We're gonna put you in my